Good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison and I'm an artist, a practicing witch, and I'm trying to get back into doing card pulls daily. I used to do them on TikTok. If you saw my video yesterday, and you're back, thank you, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am no professional. I just have a phone and a lamp. So, we're taking it back old school. Kicking it old style. Or whatever that joke is. I don't know. Oh my gosh, okay. This is already going poorly. So yesterday I used one of my favorite decks, the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, and I will probably use that primarily throughout these videos, but I do have multiple Oracle decks and tarot decks that I really need to use, and I kind of, they're just in a drawer and I kind of forget about them, and this gives me an excuse to kind of experiment and play with them and interpret them and learn them as I see fit. I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting and trying to get comfortable here. But today I'm going to be using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Mosley. I've had this for a very long time, and I associate this deck specifically with my main working goddess, which is Lilith. I am sure there are more darker decks that could be used for her. I know there's a I don't really, I feel like I associate like corvid birds, ravens and crows kind of with most of the dark goddesses. So like I feel like the crow deck, the crow oracle deck, if you have that, would work well with Lilith. Anything with skulls, really. I associate skulls with her a lot too. Snakes. I think Screech Owl is the owl that she's associated with as well. Like I believe that is what, if I remember correctly, there's not a lot of information on Lilith that I can find on the internet, by the way. So I go by mostly personal gnosis with her, and it's weird. Lilith is she's a elusive goddess. There's not a lot of information on her. I do need to probably look more into the Torah. I feel like, I know she's Somalian and she's probably in the Jewish tradition more so, even if it's in a bad way. Oh, I have a jumper. All right. So I was shuffling, but we're gonna go with jumper. Patience. Yeah, I think that's pretty apt for what's going on right now, especially given what happened yesterday with the United States and Venezuela. I'm not gonna get into that really. I'm gonna try to not talk about politics on this channel. Not in an in-depth way. I kind of like will air my grievances a little bit, but but as far as like in-depth discussion, you probably won't get it from me on here. So, which I'm sure everyone's happy about. We need less. We don't need more politics in the world right now. Okay, patience. Surrounded by a field of wildflowers, an exasperated fairy child stands with her head buried mournfully in her hands. Perhaps the treat she hoped for did not come when expected, or maybe she had not yet earned the right to. Patience is a simple virtue, but we struggle to cultivate it, no matter what our age. In fact, many of us spend our whole lifetimes learning and relearning the wisdom of this profound virtue. That's true. I was told that patience is a virtue when I was a child. The modern world is a tough place to develop patience. Hyperspeed technology and quick fix solutions have raised our immediate expectations to the point that it feels almost archaic to have to wait for anything. A me first mantra seems to have become an accepted approach to life, with the ego so firmly rooted in its own sense of entitlement. The tests on our patience come faster than ever. When we can do no more, do not let go and surrender to the unfolding of life as it is, or waste valuable energy. Whoa, sorry, that's supposed to be a question. When we can do no more, do we let go and surrender to the unfolding of life as it is, or waste valuable energy by resisting what is? I don't know. I feel like there's a value in resistance right now. Just saying. Anyway, see how the presence of this card applies to you. Perhaps the answers you seek are not manifesting in accordance with your expectations, or you feel like time is running out. You may feel like a victim of circumstance. I absolutely do. Or are perhaps driven by fear of scarcity. However, whatever your need, patience comes to give you faith in the bigger picture and to help you stand back from your attachments. Heed her wise counsel in the face of change or delays by surrendering to the wisdom of divine timing, rather than feeling trapped and frustrated by your own agenda. Enjoy the rewards of peace and compassion that patience brings. Embrace the shortcomings in yourself and others, and accept the perfection of each passing moment just the way it is. I mean, yeah, collectively, I know we have to have patience, because at some point, something's gonna give, in my personal opinion. I think at some point, something's gonna break. Because this can't continue, whether it's in this country or elsewhere, because what's happening is affecting literally every single person on this earth, not just with like these fucking data centers, but also just the constant need for greed. The constant greed is going to be our undoing as a species. And I know that obviously I'm not speaking necessarily about the working class, clearly. But I struggle. I will say I struggle having patience, because maybe it's pattern recognition on my part. Perhaps it's, again, a nervous system response. I know part of it has to do with the, sorry, Felix. I know a lot of it has to do, obviously, with the advent of the internet and everything like that, but yeah, patience, it's a good lesson. I like this card. It's a good card to keep in mind, because although I think we have to remember, that's not the right word. We have to remember that patience only gets you so far also. I feel as a collective, as a species, we've been pretty patient overall. As far as putting up with the handful of people that are trying to kill us all, I think at some point we're waiting for them to see us as human beings. But, you know, as much as I can empathize to a point as to why these, I hesitate to call them people because, like, they don't act or behave like human beings to me. But as much as I can empathize with the reason why they are the way they are, like I can sort of understand, like, it's all taught, but I don't understand, like, I think my patience lies in, I don't understand, or my lack of patience, I should say, comes from I don't understand why or where it came from to begin with. Like, I understand why these people are the way they are to a degree. Like, I don't personally think I could ever allow myself to sell my soul in that way. But how did we get here? You know, that's my question. So that's something to ponder, even though it might not have anything to do with this card. So also, I feel like that is something I should mention with these card pulls. These are more or less just prompts to get you to think. So, and I have ADHD, so my thought train will go from this to this to this to this to this to this, and it'll all eventually come back to this. So that's why if my logic seems all over the place, that's just part of how I think. And if that bothers you, I'm sorry. Like, I can't change it, but I've tried lots of times. Anyway, so that's that. Let's see if we get a poem or meditation from this Clarity and Connection book by Yung Pueblo. Let me see what we come up with. Maybe it'll align. Okay, is this part of the other one? No, okay. How people perceive you is more reflective of their inner mechanics than your actions. You cannot control how others think and live, but you can be intentional about the energy you put into the world. Okay. Some may misunderstand you, but what matters most is that you understand you. That is very important. I like that a lot. That's a good lesson to learn and live by, I think. And the only way you can do that is by having patience. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm making a reach, but I feel like that is connected and it works very well together. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I hope that this video was interesting. If you have any comments or thoughts on patience for me down in the comments, or if there's any like specific like meditation books or decks that you could recommend or not recommend, would like to see. I have a bunch, but maybe I'll have to make a video on my entire collection at some point. I think I did a while ago, but I don't think it was for this channel. It was years ago, and that channel's long gone. So I hope that this video finds you all well, and you guys have a great day. See ya, bye.